Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. All right, first and foremost, praise in the east, giving all praise, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakwadash. Those are the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yahawah is the Father's true name, that means He is, He exists. Yahawashi is the Son's true name, that means He saves, He delivers. And Rakakwadash is how you say a spirit that's holy, a spirit that's set apart. That's all in the Lashawan Kwadash, the holy language, the holy tongue. All right. Second of all, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well and sincerely taught us this truth, and Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. It's your brother Yerami Kazak back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. This one is going to be entitled The Switch Up Spirit of Israel. All right, the switch up spirit. You know, and looking in our past, okay, Israel has committed apostasy, you know, blasphemy, right, heresy, right? So let's go get those words real quick. Apostasy, as Elder Apostle Hard to coin this year, you know, the year of apostates, false spies, false prophets, okay? Apostasy means the former turning away from, abandonment of, or renunciation of a religious faith or political allegiance, right? Derived from the Greek word apostasia, meaning a revolt or defection. It describes a deliberate choice to leave a group or belief system you once followed. So this is what our nation has done as a people, as you can see today, clearly. It's full of apostasy or apostates by teaching different views in different ways. Okay, when the scriptures, you know, constantly tells you this is it, this is the truth. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of Yahawah and read, no one of these shall fail. So seek ye out of the book of Yahawah and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. Okay? So the Most High is telling you to read from his books, read from his word, read from this truth. Nothing else, you know, is going to be higher than this. It's going to get you through like this word. Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So this word is going to hit who it needs to hit. It's not going to return unto him void. You don't have to go forth and, you know, put all that extra promotion into it, go across the world and do all of this and, you know, spend money on it like that to make it grow. It doesn't need any of that. It's going to do what it's supposed to do through the Spirit. Okay, one more. Joshua 1:8. The book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Right? So, turning back once again to the book, to the ways, to the understanding, the word of Yahawah. Okay? So that's going to get you. That's going to make you prosperous. That's going to keep you flowing. That's going to take care of you. All right? You know, at the end of the day, keep that in mind, man. Don't seek all this other stuff that's beyond your strength. I guess we can go get that. Sirach 3. And starting at 20. For the power of Yahawah is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. All right. Furthermore, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. This is where brothers eventually fall out because they get caught up in these different type of views, which is all just wine of Babylon, you know, and they can't process the truth. They can't process the milk, which is good for them, because they've been sipping, you know, artificial milk for so long, or, you know, they taste it and they like it because of all the sugar that's in it. You know, it's not actually building you up the proper way and the correct way. Bitterness is good for you, okay? Parsley, cilantro, horseradish, you know, these bitter herbs are good for your body, to cleanse out your body. Spinach, you need these type of things, man, to help you grow thereby, right? So going to Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter, starting at the top, as it says, Judah's apostasy, right? Moreover, the word of Yahawah came to me, saying, Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus saith Yahawah, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. Okay? So, Yahawah remembered you. Okay? He's remembered you was a spouse. You are married to him. Okay? And this is, you know, going back, all the way back. Really, we can go all the way back to Adam. Okay? At the end of the day. Okay, I'll address this real quick. All right. What's your name? Wow, Will? Yeah, bro. What you see on the chart is the tribes. Okay, the bulk is where a majority of the tribes are. Now, it may be tribes in Africa. You know, we may have some of our people scattered in Australia, some of our people scattered in China, Europe, Asia. We know that. But the majority of the tribes is in North America, South America, in these certain lands. So this is why, you know, it's up there. Okay? You don't follow Deuteronomy. All right, bro. Well, you know, I'm going to just mute you up, man. All right? I'm teaching a lesson right now. So, keeping it going. So, Yahawah told us to go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem. So, if you're not an Israelite, I'm not even trying to really get this thing to you. All right? It's not designed for you. It's not for you. I'm crying in the ears of Jerusalem, our people. And if you are a natural-born Israelite, but you've made yourself to be a heathen, you know, and like this dude that just came in here, you disagree, you have a froward mind, you're difficult, you don't believe in what the scriptures state. You said that you don't follow Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Okay, well, you know, this is not the place for you to be, bro. You understand? Have some respect and just leave. All right? I hate debate. I hate this debating society. That's what it has become, especially on this app. It's full of debate, and that's actually a sin. We have the truth. I believe in the Bible. You don't believe in the Bible, then it's not necessary for you to be up in here, right? So we're crying in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus saith Yahawah, not thus saith me, not thus saith Kakuma, not thus saith Jermaine, not thus saith Zion, not thus saith Ariah, okay? But thus saith Yahawah, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. When we loved Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, he remembers that, right? When we was in love with him. You think about, you know, just pertaining to how long you and your if you got a woman, how long y'all been married. Remember the beginning stages when you was chasing her? You know, those feelings, all right? You got to remember that, and you got to stay in that. Don't get complacent in a relationship. Don't switch up, okay? What's the title of this lesson? The switch up spirit of Israel. So you don't want to ever switch up. I'm not going to switch up on my wife. I love my wife, okay? I care about this relationship. I nurture this relationship. It's special to me. So how much more for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi? I remember the ferventness that I had, and I try to keep that every single day when I first understood and came into this truth. I remember that feeling. So I try to remember that feeling. And as I grew, I tried to what? Mold that feeling and be more, be better with it in a sense. Just you grow, man. You progress. You elevate in the spirit. Okay? So now we're zealous. Most definitely, we're still zealous, but we're more controlled. Okay? We're not just out here swinging the sword just recklessly. We have more precision with it. We have a better fighting style. That's what you obtain over time. Where in the beginning, you might have just been swinging and cutting. You might have been hitting shit. All right? But you're getting extra tired with it. You're burning out. You're doing too much. Brother, it's a better way to swing your sword. So you learn that over time, How, perfect example I used the other day. LeBron James used to come through dunk. Kobe used to come through and dunk on everybody. But now, what? They learn how to shoot. You have to learn those skills because now you don't have you have a better way to play the game and you can preserve energy. As the brother said, learn to parry. So you're not just on guard. You're waiting for your enemy to make a move. They come in, oh, gotcha, bitch. That's where we're at now. We're wiser now. You should be wiser now than you were when you first came into this truth. So Yahawah is like, I remember when y'all was espoused to me. I remember that wilderness when y'all was crying out to me. Verse 3, Israel was holiness unto Yahawah, and the first fruits of his increase. All that devour him shall offend. Evil shall come upon them, saith Yahawah. Hear ye the word of Yahawah, O house of Jacob, and all the families of the house of Israel. Thus saith Yahawah, what iniquity have your fathers found in me, that they are gone far from me and have walked after vanity and are become vain? Why did you switch up? What sin have you found in Yahawah? Right? What did Yahawah do to you? Let me know. Okay? Can you put a charge on the Lord? Is this why you turned away and went after Islam? Is this why you turned away and went after Christianity? Is this why you turned away and went after Buddhism, Hinduism, Chematology, Egyptology? Is this why you turned away and went after woke, Wiccan, all these different type of religions that you take on? That's not a pure religion. Pure religion is this truth, this understanding. We are religious. We keep religious festivals. The Shabbat is coming in tomorrow night. That's a religious thing that we do every week. Okay? We wear our hair, certain ways. We don't get lineups. That's religious. All right? We circumcise ourselves. That's religious. So for you brothers out here talking about we don't practice religion, you're stupid. We are religious. All right? Extremely religious too. We keep laws, commandments, and statutes. We keep a way of life, a standard. As I just read in the beginning, we meditate therein day and night on our religion. It's a pure form of religion. It's the purest. Okay? So, what iniquity have your fathers found in me? What have you found in Yahawah? What made you switch up? You obviously have an issue with Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. State it right now for everybody to see. What's the issue? Oh, I don't like how the Most High put us in slavery. Well, you went against the commandments. You went against the laws, commandments, and statutes. You broke the deal that you made. You broke your lease agreement. Aren't you supposed to get kicked out of the house? You think you're supposed to stay in the house and not pay rent? You have another thing coming for you, brother. You can't stay in the house and not pay rent. You broke the covenant. All right? But I didn't do it. Yeah, we all did it. And guess what? We get punished as a nation. All of us have committed sin. Every single one of us. Yahawashi was the only one that walked that path, okay, to redeem us. Therefore, he got lifted up to that position because it was preordained. It was predestined. Okay, so we can't put no sin on Yahawah. Yahawah didn't do nothing wrong. We did something wrong. It's you. It's not him. We are the problem. We are the issue. This is the main thing, black females, they, Eve, Latinos, Native Americans too. They can't accept their faults. They can't accept and hold themselves accountable. And as men, we are women to the Lord. We take on that same mindset sometimes. You can't accept your faults. You can't hold yourself accountable and be responsible for your part of the trouble, for your toxicity. Verse 6, neither said they, where is Yahawah that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, that led us through the wilderness, through a land of deserts and of pits, through a land of drought and of the shadow of death, through a land that no man passed through, and where no man dwelt. And I brought you into a plentiful country to eat the fruit thereof and the goodness thereof. But when ye entered, ye defiled my land and made mine heritage an abomination. That's what we have done after Yahawah brought us through all of that and set us up in this land, made us judges. Then we cried and moaned for a king. He gave us a king. The king was wicked. He gave us a righteous king. All right. Then he gave us another good king, but that king eventually went off. Then we fell into what? Civil war, fighting one another. Then we were divided. A divided house shall fall. We fell. We went into captivity. You understand? Yahawah did good by us. He did right by us. He did not break his end of the deal. We switched up. We broke our end of the deal. Just how a minor situation. You may be dealing with a brother, man. You love a brother. You dealing with a brother. That brother switch up out of nowhere. Like, yo, what the hell? What I do? And you trying to figure out what did you do that made the switch up occur? Is it something wrong with me? It might not be something wrong with you. It might be something wrong with the brother. All right? Or it might be slander. It might be, whatever, man. I went over here. They was talking about you. They said you this, you that, you that. Boom, I can't fuck with you no more. All right? This is how Israel is, man. That switch up spirit. So you wondering, yo, why you tripping on me? And they never talked to you. They never addressed you. They never asked you, was any of this true or anything. It's just fuck you, off rip. You understand? It's a lot of pettiness in Israel. It's a lot of issues. It's a lot of no communication. So how is a relationship supposed to be maintained? This is why brothers is missing throats. This is why brothers is distant, separate. Because of the pettiness that goes on in Israel. Even in the truth, man, in the circumcision. Okay? I'm like, this is worldly behavior. You expect this from a worldly homeboy. Hey, let me get $20, bro. He take that. You never see him from him again. He disappear with your money. He never pay you back. All right, whatever. It is what it is. But you don't expect that from brothers in this truth who you never did nothing wrong by. But expect it. What's going to happen? Betrayal. So every brother is not a brother, man. And you have to understand that. Because how they betrayed Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, they would do the same to you. Look at Yahawashi. Look at Yahawashi. At that time period, what did he tell Peter? By the time the cock crows, you're going to deny me 3 times. Okay? All of the 12 disappeared. Judas betrayed him, and then everybody else just wasn't with him. Everybody else disappeared for fear of their life. Okay? Yahawashi had to do that thing on his own. And then you had, Simon come and help him carry the cross a little bit. All right? So on this thing, that represents also the brotherhood. Having a brother to come and help you for a time period. But then you got to go and do the rest on your own. All right, let's get these precepts from you, brothers. John 15 and 20. And it reads, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Perfect. So we have to go through a similar lot. Okay? You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it, man. That switch up spirit of Israel is going to come upon you. All right? Recently that brother, I ain't going to name him by name, but there was a brother that was in the milk chat with us. He just disappeared. You know, now the brother is back. And I asked him if he wanted me to add him back to the milk chat. He ain't even responded. Like, I'm like, all right, we not going to chase Jake. You know, if you don't want to be around, you don't want to be a part, then okay, bro, do your thing. I'm not going to chase you. Right? I hope you're doing your works. I hope you're doing the videos. I hope you're studying. I hope you're growing. You know, you don't have to be with us. Who says you have to be with us? Who says you have to be a part of Great Millstone to make it? Nobody said that. The scriptures does not say that. Okay? So keep that in mind. Mark 9 and 38 talks goodly on that. All right? Don't forbid them. Okay? There's going to be brothers out here that's just doing their thing. Okay? And they calling on the names and they keeping the correct doctrine. The same doctrine of Great Millstone. Okay? Because that really is the doctrine of the apostles. So the same doctrine that Yahawashi taught us, that the apostles kept, that we pushed out. You know, that's what we push out. That same doctrine. 100% truth. Matthew 25 and 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, you have done it unto me. All right, and this is why you treat one another with kindness. You treat one another the correct way and the proper way. You don't have a respect of persons, and you don't assume yourself to be better than another brother just because of a title or something of that nature. You know? Yeah, no, you're not, bro. You're not. All right? We equal. We in this thing together. We fighting together. We being oppressed together. Last time I checked, Esau had his foot on my neck and his foot on your neck. So you don't take no high-minded position over your brother. Okay? That's another thing that's in Israel, man. Brothers will switch up on you because they think they better than you. Going back to Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter. Verse 8. The priest said not, where is Yahawah? And they that handle the law knew me not. The pastors also transgressed against me, and the prophets prophesied by Baal, and walked after things that do not profit. This is what's happening to our people right now. Okay? They're covering with a different spirit. That's not Yahawah's spirit. But it's a spirit of Baal. It's a spirit of Ashtaroth. It's a spirit of Dagon. You know, all these different type of false gods. Jesus, right? They're covering with these type of spirits. And it's leading our people off. They don't seek Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. No. Okay? No. They seek things that's going to give them carnal rewards, temporary prizes, 501(c)(3)s, money, the collection plate, tithes, and offerings. Right? Keeping it going. Verse 9. Wherefore I will yet plead with you, saith Yahawah, and with your children's children will I plead. Now, when Yahawah say he about to plead with you, man, I don't think you understand what that quite means. He's about to plead with you. He's about to put us through much agony, much pain. And that's what he did. And that's why we're here right now. Yeah, through much judgment. Okay? I get this from you brothers. John 13:35. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples if you have love one to another. All right, let's go and get the full thing. But yeah, you got to love one another, man. You got to treat one another with respect and love. All right, Salakia. John 13:35. And it reads, let's start at 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that ye all also love one another. Now, when this say new commandment, I'm going to ask a question to the comment board. Is this actually a new commandment? Is this a new commandment? And if you know the answer, then give me the precept where this commandment was mentioned before. Okay, yeah, y'all brothers on it. Yeah, this ain't no new commandment. Give me the precept where this commandment was mentioned. Anybody got it? Anybody got it? Leviticus. Yeah, there we go. Leviticus 19:18. Thus thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahawah. So new, if you go into the Greek, is simply kainos. It's refreshed. Yahawashi is refreshing our memory. Didn't he say, I will call you unto remembrance? He's bringing us back into something which we forgot. Because what did we do? We went according to the precepts of men, to the traditions of men, not to his ways, but to what men did. What men have raised up, man. All right? You get so caught up in the politics and the traditions and the precepts of men when you got to go strictly off the scriptures, man. All right? Verse 35. Let's do 34 again. A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have love one to another. So this is how we recognize one another. We are disciples of Yahawashi because we what? We have love one to another. We carry ourselves. I can invite, Brother Amathia. I could invite Brother Jermaine, Brother Kananaya, Thakowa, Kawam, Kakama, Kanaya, Malaakaya, Amanawa Allah, Amawan, Shakwaya. Hey, Shalawam, bro. I don't see you in here that much. All right, 144 Kasap. I can invite any of those brothers up here, and they can add to the lesson and support the lesson. Okay? We love one another. And we going to flow. It's not going to be no arguments. It's not going to be no, well, wait, nah, bro. The scriptures say this. Nah, it ain't going to be none of that. Okay? We think in one mind. We think in the same body. We're flowing together. We're supporting one another. We're uplifting one another. We're exhorting one another. So we're moving in the same mindset, man. The mind of Hamashiach. Yahawashi prayed for that. Okay? You said, where's the Polynesians? The Polynesians are not Israelites. Okay, sister? You Hawaiian? All right? Shalawam. But the Polynesians are not Israelites. If your father is a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, then you are indeed an Israelite. If your father is a Hawaiian and his lineage goes back to, the Hawaiians, the islanders, then you are a Japhetic. You are Japhetic. You come from Japheth. So Polynesians are not Israelites. They come from Japheth. All right? So keeping it going. Keeping it going. And the hood, what? Muslim? Nah, come on, bro. Yeah, you might be with the tribe of Judah, but you might be of something else. A lot of Native Americans were categorized as Negroes. All right. So just because you're dark skinned, that does not necessarily mean you're tribe of Judah. Okay. Oh, Salakia, sister. Well, sister, okay, you could be Benjamin, you could be Levi, you could be, Gad, you could be Reuben. All right. But it's all based upon what your father is. Now, keeping it going back to John 13, and well, we hit that point. All right. So let's go back to Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter. Jeremiah 2 and verse 10. For pass over the isles of Kittim, and see, and send unto Kedar, and consider diligently, and see if there be such a thing. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit. So, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are Israelites. You belong to Yahawah, but you went forth and tried to change your gods. This is why you're calling on JC, Jesus Christ. Who gave you that? Can a brother tell me when the name Jesus was put into the Bible? Or just tell me simply when the letter J was created. Let's comment board. When was the letter J created? Let's get a little interactive. What? Some saying y'all getting different answers. Some saying the 1500s, some saying the 1600s. Somebody said 1521. Somebody said 1542. I'm about to pin the perfect answer. 1524. Created by Gian Giorgio Tracinio. Okay, that's when it was took from the letter what? From the letter I. All right. 1524. Yeah, that brother said 1542. Hey, it's okay, bro. We dyslexic, man. We dyslexic. 1524. Right? And we are dyslexic. A lot of us are. Because what? Because this is not our language. This is not our language. We write from left to right, but we're supposed to write from right to left. True Hebrew is right to left. All right. So in our spirit, this language is toxic to us. It's a corrupt language. So the letter J was created in 1524. The name, and you see in the 1611 KJV, you're going to see Jesus. You're not going to see Jesus. You're going to see Jesus. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Just for new people that haven't seen this. All right. Let's pull it up real quick. Matter of fact, I'll do it just like this. We'll go right here. So anybody could do this on their phone. Type in 1611 KJV online. Okay? And then right here. And then you want to go to what? Go anywhere where it mentions the name Jesus. So let's go to Matthew 1 and 21. Let's just simply go there. All right. And what does it say? And she shall bring forth a name, and thou shalt call his name Jesus. For he shall save his people from their sins. Okay? So that's letting you know that the name Jesus was not in the 1611. But, brother, you just said that the letter J was created in 1524. So why wouldn't the name Jesus be there? Because Jesus does not mean he saves. Jesus goes back to what? Yahawashi. Jesus means he saves. Yahawashi means he saves. Okay? Jesus doesn't mean anything along that path. Jesus means earth, pig. Jes, which means earth. Sus, which means dirt or pig or dung. So earth shit, earth filth, or earth pig. That's pretty much what Jesus means. So it's an insult. It's what they're calling our king, when his true name is Yahawashi. Now, King James, who was a melanated man, who had the scholars to translate and take it from the Greek, the Hebrew, the Latin, whatever it was written in, okay? He had the scholars go and grab all the manuscripts that they had, all right? The canonical, which would be 80 books, not Enoch, not Jubilees, not Jasher, not none of that. But what you know is the 1611 KJV Bible. They put in there accurate translations. They didn't go forth and add fake names. You would have what you know as the Bible Destruction Group that came around the 1700s, and they added in the name Jesus towards the end, all right, of the 1700s. And then in your Protestant Bible, which is 66 books, you would have the name Jesus, and you would only have 66 books. So this is information that needs to be known. Okay? Exactly. Benjamin Blanley. That's a name you should write down. Benjamin Blanley. All right? So just by doing a little research, you'll see that the correct name is not Jesus. As we say, it's Yahawashi, because that's in the Hebrew. And he was a Hebrew Israelite of the tribe of Judah, a so-called Negro. That's what our king is. Okay? So therefore, if he looks like the father is a so-called Negro. The father has a body. It's described in Daniel. Okay? The Ancient of Days. He has a body, and it's a so-called melanated body, melanated man. So back to Jeremiah 2, verse 11. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are no gods, or yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit. Our people have changed from worshiping Yahawashi. Let's pull up Yahawashi. Yahawashi. And they went to worship this guy. You went from this to this. From this to this. All right. Which image is better representation of what the Bible says? The Bible mentions him and shows him like this, not like this. Okay. What's up with y'all women coming in? This woman said, I am West Indies. You would be of the tribe of Benjamin if your father is a Benjamite or Jamaican or Trinidadian. And you said, and my father and sister are left-handed. I don't know what the left-handed got to do with anything, but I'm left-handed too. So, Shalawam. I don't know. What does it got to do with anything, sister? But hey, I'm going to keep going, okay? All right. So, this is our king. This is not our king. This is our king. This is a false image. And this goes back to, let's go to the book of Maccabees. All right, let's get that real quick. This is First Maccabees. What is it? 3 and 48. First Maccabees 3 and 48. And this is in the Apocrypha. This is in the KJV 1611 Bible. Okay. This is talking about the heathen. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. Okay. Now, you go back over here. What is that? That's the heathens painting a likeness of their image. This is what the heathens look like. This is what the Edomites look like, the so-called YT man. They've painted this image all over the internet, all over the world. Have you ever seen Christ the Redeemer statue in Brazil? This is what they're giving you. This is what they came and colonized you with. It's funny they started colonizing us around 1492 in the 1500s, and they came and taught you white Jesus. But we didn't worship no white God. We didn't worship no white power. We knew our Savior was not white. Our Savior looked like us. All right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's what our Savior looked like. He didn't look like them. But for them to rule the world, for them to take over as the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, Job 9:24, they have to paint everything that is righteous as them. So they have to tell you that the Most High is YT and his son is YT. They have to go and tell you that your superheroes, look at the Avengers, look at all of that, is YT. Majority of them. Okay? They can't give you a black Tony Stark. They didn't want to give you no black Spider-Man, but they did. They didn't want to, though. They don't want you to feel like you can be in a position of power. Because what is this? This is ultimately psychological warfare. Okay? Mental enslavement. Iconoclasm. Beautiful. Iconoclasm means the deliberate destruction of religious icons, sacred images, or political. All right? And this is what this is known as. Iconoclasm. And going back to the title of the lesson, the switch up spirit of Israel. Why do our people switch up? Because some of our people always switched up. Some of our people aligned with the Greeks when they came in. Let's go to 1 Maccabees, the 1st chapter. All right. This is 1 Maccabees, the 1st chapter, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profane the Sabbath. That's what our people are doing today. Okay? Many of our people are trying to be like the y'all been doing it. All right? They've been doing it for many of years, man. Okay? Super bro, what do you mean stop the BS? Are you talking to me? You know, I'm going to keep going, though. So many of our people consented to the religion. They sacrificed unto idols and profane the Sabbath. What are our people doing today? They're eating pork, lobster, crab, shrimp, shellfish, crawfish, all this different type of stuff, which the Bible speaks against. Okay? Come on, bro. You said God doesn't have favorites. All right, real quick. You stay right there. Nobody touch him. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter. Verse 53. Upon the 6th day thou gavest commandment unto the earth, that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creeping things. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. So to the comment board. Okay, if somebody is chosen, that's what? That's a favorite. Okay? All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. He has made the world for his chosen nation. Real quick. Let's go over here to Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. Verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahawah thy power. The Yahawah thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. For you to make that statement, let's pin this statement so everybody can see it. God doesn't have favorites. For you to make that statement, I know your Bible is dusty. I know your Bible is dusty. Okay? You said, which version of the Bible am I reading? You know what? You tell me which version you want me to read. And I'll read it. And it's going to say the same exact thing, brother. You can't go and twist the words to meet your narrative. It does not work like that. All right? Leave him alone, though. Like I said in the comments, leave him alone. We're going to deal with this. Super bro, which version of the Bible do you want me to read? Okay, I even invite you on the stage, brother. You know, which version of the Bible do you want me to read? Come on, man. Okay, you're not saying nothing. So keeping it going. For thou art an holy people. And let's actually go to the NLT. Let's go to the NLT. I'll go over there for you. Verse 6. For you are an holy people who belong to Yahawah your power of all the people on earth. Hey, this one cut even harder. Of all the people on earth, the Lord your power has chosen you to be his own special treasure. What version you want, bro? Let's go to the A&P. Let's go to A&P. For you are a holy people set apart to Yahawah your power. Yahawah your power has chosen you out of all the peoples on this face of the earth to be a people for his own possession. That is his very special treasure. Super bro, what version of the Bible do you want? What you want, bro? Matter of fact, I'm going to go to a weird-ass version. W.E.B. Let's go to W.E.B. For thou art an holy people to Yahawah thy power. Yahawah thy power have chosen thee to be a special people to himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Which one you want, bro? Come on, man. LSB. For you are a holy people, and it's not no Yahweh, it's Yahawah. Yahawah your power. Yahawah your power has chosen you to be a special people for his own treasure, possession out of all the peoples who are on the face of the earth. So after I read all of that, let's pin your comment again. You said God doesn't have favorites. Comment board, do y'all agree with Super Bro? Or do y'all agree with the Bible? It could simply yes or no. Y'all agree with Super Bro, yes or no? Or you know, or you could put Bible, or you could put Super Bro. Let's see how many people put Super Bro. Let's see how many people put Super Bro. I don't see no Super Bros in the comments. All I see is Bible, Bible, Bible. And I see some precepts. Come on, brother. If you was a righteous man, if you was a wise man, you would understand that you messed up. You would understand that you haven't actually read the Bible the proper way. You've just learned what your pork chop eating pastor has told you. You understand? And you never actually opened the Bible for your own self and studied it. This is why you would make that statement saying that the Most High Yahawah does not have favorites. And this is what? This leads to a switch spirit. That switch spirit of Israel. This leads you to switch and change your gods. Can a nation change its gods? This leads you to do that because you're teaching something different. Back over here in 2nd Esdras 6, and let's read 54 again. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. So Adam was ruling over every creature. Of him come we all. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. Thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahawah, because thou madest the world for our sakes, for his chosen. As for the other people which we are made above all of them, the favorites, his chosen people. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So Super Bro, if you still in here, brother, you on radio silence right now. You haven't said nothing in a couple minutes. Is Super Bro still in here? Oh man, he disappeared. What y'all do to Super Bro, man? What y'all do to him? Why y'all being mean to him? Y'all some mean Hebrew Israelites, man. Damn. Okay? That's where we at. Atazawam, that's where we at. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Yahawah, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. To you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that are truly listening, who do you pay your bills to? Who do you pay your water bill to? Your electric bill to? Your gas bill to? Who do you pay your taxes to? Who do you pay your car registration to? Who do you renew your license to? Who do you pay your car note to? Is it a black car manufacturing company out there? All right. Is it, well, where? Let me know. Okay? Brothers got Nissans, Hyundais, Hondas. All right, Fords, Chevys. Okay? Ain't no Tyrones out here. Okay? Ain't no Lakeisha Motors out here. You got a Mercedes. That's what? That's an Edomite. You understand? Ain't no Jakes making cars. Who are you paying everything to? Who is ruling over you? When you go to other countries, who's ruling those countries? You understand? These are the curses, man. All right? These heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. They are our masters right now. We pay everything to them because of our disobedience, because we messed up. But we, thy people, we are the Lord's people. We, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thou only begotten, and thou fervent lover, are given into their hands. Okay? If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? The world was made for us. Why don't we possess it? But wait, you got to know, all of this will come to an end very soon, man. That same chapter, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, so the YT man has to be in rulership at this point in time. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau must be in rulership at the end, where we're at right now, the end. This is why DJT, all right, Nacho Cheese himself is coming down extra angry. This is why they're attacking Iran. This is why Israel can't stop bombing people in that region. This is why ICE is going door to door, taking whoever they can. This is why. This is why the Epstein files have been exposed. All right? SMEX, trafficking rings have been exposed. Okay? This is why. Because Esau's kingdom is falling. All right, now let's go back over to Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter. And verse 11 again. I'm going to just read it over here. We in Jeremiah 2 and 11. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit. Because we left Yahawah and we went to worship other gods. So if you're worshiping Jesus Christ, then you are doing the exact same thing. If you're worshiping, if you saying that you woke, all right, and you saying Ashe and what's that other shit they be saying? Grand Rising and all of this, man. You know, you bugged out, okay? You're trying to worship a false god, okay? Verse 12, be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith Yahawah. Okay? Yeah, saying shalom, brother, APTTMH. You know, that right there, that's false. Why can't you just say Shalawam or Shalom? And why can't you say all praises to the Most High? Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. That make me feel good. Every time I say it, it makes me feel good. Halalyam, all means call. Call means all. Halal means praise. Add a Y-A-M to it. Halalyam. So call Halalyam, all praises. La means two. So Halalyam La. Yahawah, that's the Father's name. That means he is, he exists. Bahasham, in the name. Or you could say Wa. And, Wa means and. Halalyam Yahawah. Halalyam La Yahawah. Wa Yahawashi. Halalyam La Yahawah Wa Yahawashi. Alright? So just put them together. Give all praises to the Father and the Son. Yahawashi means he saves, he delivers. As we broke down in the beginning of the lesson. Right? Stop taking all these shortcuts. This is why I be getting on brothers in the milk chat. When you just post, it's okay in here because we can't post the full precept. But when you on YouTube, post the full precept. When you on here, when you in the milk chat or you texting one another, post the full precept. All right? You know, don't shortcut it. Don't take no shortcuts. That's what these other guys do. They take shortcuts. And that's why they end up at Ahaya, Yahuwah, Yeshua, Yahosha, Jehovah, Yahweh, or Yah. Because they took shortcuts. They wasn't diligent. They didn't really search it out. They didn't apply themselves. They had no discipline. They didn't listen to the elders, apostles, and bishops that's teaching the correct names. They didn't do the research. This is your homework, man. This is your school. This is the main thing that you are a part of. This is the most important thing you will ever do in your life. Coming back into this truth. Take it serious. Brothers and sisters. Okay. Verse 13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. Yahawashi turned us into what? He turned us into fountains, walking fountains, where living water flows out of our belly. So wherever we go, we got that water. That's what he did to us. Wherever we go, we got this truth on us. It just don't come on us when we get on the camera. It just don't come on us when we get in the streets, on the corners and preach. No, everywhere we go, we have this truth. Okay? Everywhere we go. We don't got to hit a switch and turn it on. This is a lifestyle. This is your inheritance. This is your custom. This is your culture. This is who you truly are as a people. You're supposed to serve Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Our God is living. Their God is fake. Buddha is fake. Allah is fake. All them Hindu gods are fake. Our God is living. Our son, Slaki, the son, okay, our king, what I meant to say, is alive. He's on the right hand of the Father. He's coming back to save us. Muhammad ain't coming back to save nobody. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, man. Muhammad ain't coming back. All right? The Bible has the prophecies in it. The Bible is a book about the past, present, and future. The Bible is a timeline. The Bible lets you know what's about to take place. This is why, funky ass Farrakhan be reading from the Bible. He don't read from no Quran. He reads from the Bible. They know what it is, man. All right. Hey, I'm going to end it right there. You know, Yahawah come back maybe tomorrow or later tonight, and we finish it up. This is a long chapter. So we're going to end it right there at Jeremiah 2 and 13. All right. I ain't going to do the whole chapter. I was just hitting that point. Okay. Because our people switched up. Matter of fact, let's go to Jeremiah 3 real quick, verse 1. They say if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, that's what we did. We went to another man. All right? We went to a false god. Okay? Yeah. Hey, bro, listen to Kakama, man. Get that up out of your bio. Okay? I ain't even noticed that. Okay? But we went to another false god. Shall he return unto her again? What man wants to go into a woman that's been with another man? And that was your woman. I'm not trying to deal with her no more. Nah, stay your ass where you at. Do not come back home. Stay with him. Don't come back to me. Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers. Yet return again to me, saith Yahawah. We played the harlot with many lovers. We worship Baal. We worship Molech. We worship all these false gods, man. Okay? Astaroth. Look at our people today. Easter bunnies. That's Astaroth. That's Ishtar. Okay? Molech. That's Santa Claus. Baal, same thing. That's, all these false gods, man. Halloween is coming up. Y'all gonna worship another false god. Okay? Come on, man. 4th of July. Y'all worship America. A place that had you in slavery when that mess happened. A place that still doesn't care about you. Why is the individuals getting hung in Mississippi and South Carolina? Okay? But y'all want to go and pop some fireworks. All right? It makes no sense. So at this point, man, if anybody has any type of questions, I'll take them. Okay? And I'm going to get these precepts that I see on the board. This is Psalms 96 and 5. And it reads, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi made the heavens. Okay? So all the gods of the nations are idols. So whatever you leave from this truth and go serve, it's not going to work out. It's an idol. It's void of understanding. It has no truth. It does not profit you. So the gods of these, the prophets of these other nations are false prophets. And if our people from our nation are speaking something that's crazy, then they're false prophets. Job 19:25-27. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see power. Job is talking about him being what? Reincarnated and coming back. Job is here today. Whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. All right? So, I don't see no questions. So I'm about to wrap it up. Summarizing this, man, do not switch up. Don't switch up on Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Don't switch up on a brother. Don't switch up on the brotherhood. Don't switch up. Okay? Just continue to elevate and grow in this truth. And do the best that you can. Do not switch up. All right? Is that Nakaf? Is that Nakaf? What up, boy? Shalawam, man. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Barak. I ain't seen that brother in a minute, man. All right? But yeah, man, I'm getting up out of here. All right? Unless there's any type of questions. Any type of questions. I'll get like a minute for y'all to think. Anything, pertaining to anything. So even after all the harlotry, even after everything we did, Yahawah's, he sent Yahawashi as a what? As a sacrifice to redeem us, to bring us back so we could return to him. So we are married to Yahawah and Yahawashi. All All right? We're about to go into the wedding chamber. We are married. All right, so I don't see no questions, man. Hey, facing the east. Giving all praise, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Akakwadash. And double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone as always. Shalawam to the Lord, so for elect. Pray this was an edifying lesson. All right, as always, Kwam Yasharahla and abide but ball. Keep the faith, brothers and sisters. Continue to strive.